I think that we will continue to have whatever we and Bill Clinton define as sex enthusiastically for a long time, but I don't think we're going to use it to make babies nearly as often. My guess is that in 20 to 40 years, most people in countries with good health systems will conceive their babies in clinics so they can do whole genome sequencing on about 100 embryos and pick the embryo they like best.
So you would be able to take the skin cells from anybody and turn them into embryos and sperm?
Turn them into eggs and sperm.
Eggs and sperm, yeah.
To make embryos, yeah.
Wow.
I think that's likely to happen. This process of induced pluripotent stem cells, for which Shinya Yamanaka won the Nobel Prize in almost record time, is so exciting, and so much money and effort is going into it. It's not going into it for reproductive purposes. It's going into it for nerve cells and pancreas cells and other cells for medical purposes. But as we learn more about deriving specific cell types from these iPSCs, these induced pluripotent stem cells, we're going to make eggs and sperm. And the first steps have already been taken toward that in humans in terms of making the primordial cells that ultimately become eggs and sperm. No one has tried to make eggs and sperm for humans from these yet, as far as I know, but I think that's just a matter of time.
So then you would wind up with, a few dozen embryos from these cells from your skin, and you would choose, you'd choose which embryos you'd want to keep?
Yeah, I think so, although an interesting point about making eggs this way, the issue is mainly eliminating egg harvest, which is expensive, unpleasant, and risky. Sperm harvest has not been as big a problem. But when you do egg harvest for IVF, you get somewhere between 0 and 25 eggs, usually about 10 or 12. When you make them from skin cells, how many eggs do you get? How many do you want? You could make hundreds, thousands, potentially millions. I think, roughly 100 embryos, do whole genome sequencing on each of those embryos, and then the prospective parents have the real hard time of trying to weigh all the pluses and minuses in those 100 embryos.